Hello everyone, Pierce Nation here. Today I'm going to be going over the Blue Eyes combos in my actual Blue Eyes deck. And before I do that, I will give you guys a brief deck profile of what the deck is now, composed of what it used to be. It'll be real quick, so without further ado, I'll go ahead and get into that. These are actual cards that I'm going to be playing. I think I'm going to be taking this to regionals this year. So, without further ado, I want to start off. Again, this is all going to be backwards for you guys, so we can get into this quickly. But I ran 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. And also with 1, 2, 3 alternatives. Okay, you get the gist. 3 Blue Eyes, 3 alternatives, as always. That's buried there. Blue Eye, or Dragon Spirit of White, we were running that. Let's see here. Gotta get to my Blue Eyes first. Still running Abyss. Abyss still helps me in my deck. Yes, this is all backwards, you guys, so just hang in there. This is the Blue Eyes Solid. Still running Blue Eyes Solid. Like I said, it's gonna be a little weird here for a minute. Okay. And the last Blue Eyes monster I run is Blue Eyes Shining. Still running Shining. I'm not gonna get out of that boat. Okay, so now we're gonna get to the tuners. For my biggest tuners, which I guess are still considered Blue Eyes monsters, but not quite, is 3 White Stone of Ancients. As you see, I'm doing this very, very quickly. And then I will shuffle them all so we can get a true taste, and I will lay out the best combos you can get in this deck. Okay, so you got the 3 White Stone of Ancients, which is great. Then you're gonna have 3 of the Sage as well. Let me get them all laid out here. So this actually helps me sort them so that I can actually shuffle them correctly. So you get 3 of the Sage as well. So the Sage has great abilities that will go off. We'll explain this more when we get into it. Now we're running the Master with Eyes of Blue, 2 copy. And we were running the Maiden with Eyes of Blue at a 2 copy. She is very important in this deck along with the Master. Okay, so the only other monster I run in this deck, and I run it in double copies, is Nebula Dragon. Nebula Dragon is very good for this deck. If you guys need to slow it down, just pause the video and at any time, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm gonna get into my most important spell, which is Piercing the Darkness. You probably heard me talk about this card about a million times by now. I run it in a triple copy because that's the card you want. If you have that, you got game. Just gonna go into that now. Bingo. I know I run 2. I don't remember. I think I took out the 3rd one, didn't I? Yes, I took out the 3rd one. So we're running a double copy, but still very effective. We're now running a field spell, and we're running the Mausoleum of White in a 3 copy set. This card, if you've seen me go over the combo, you know that I can get Blue Eyes monsters out pretty quick with the Mausoleum of White, which is very good. We're still running 2 Melody of the Awakening Dragon, which is very good. Again, I don't see a reason to run a 3rd copy as of yet, but maybe I'll find something. I don't know. Double Polys. Again, you can get them with Abyss, so I don't see a reason to run a 3rd copy on that. Not yet, anyway. So now we're on the traps. Of course, with my traps, as you know, we're going with the True Light, and you're going to run 3 copies of it. You're going to run 1 Ultimate Creature Destruction, 2 Destined Rivals. That'll really get your stuff. And for the last 3 cards I have here, as you can see, Gravedigger's Trap Hole, and that helps you with your hand trap defense. This deck in total has 43 cards in it. If you like that variation better than the first one, like I said, stay tuned for that. I'll shuffle that here in a minute. I'll go ahead and go over the extra deck. It's a little different. So I'll go ahead and get my fusions. We run Twin Burst, Ultimate, Alternative Ultimate, Neo Ultimate. As you see, I've added this card. This card, you don't have to fuse it, so if you have 2 Blue Eyes on the field at the same time, whether it be alternative or True Light with a regular one, you can jump right into Twin Burst, which is a very good card, in my personal opinion. So, very, very good. That was the only other fusion monster I added. I'll lay it over there. For the Synchros, they're the same. You got Azurize and you got Spirit. Very good cards. I do recommend both. For the links are a little bit different. I need my Link 3. I don't have it yet. So I'm playing Link Karibo, Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres, Christian Hauki Fireprax, Darkness Metal Dragon Steel, and the 5-headed Link Dragon, which they are all very good. Might take out either the Heavenly Spheres or Hauki. Probably Hauki because he's a collector's rare and I really don't want to use him very much. And for my Xyz, I took out 1 Xyz monster, which won't matter much. I got 62 Galaxy Eyes, Hope Harbinger, Dragoulion, and Numeron. And that is my entire deck profile for December of now, which is December the 15th. So I will shuffle this deck. I will be right back with your combos. Alright, we are back, and this is what I get on the first draw. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how this works. It can be very good for you entirely. Okay, so this is not a botched hand. It's actually really good. Because you're going to go ahead and you're going to activate the Mausoleum of White. And I'm going to normal summon the Maiden. Eyes of Blue. So she is summoned. Let me pull these down here. This is my hand. And on that, I want to activate Mausoleum's effect, which sends a normal monster to the graveyard. Let me put my extra deck over here where it belongs. Okay. So now that we got that, get down, baby. Go. Thank you. So now that we got that there, she'll gain 800 attack, 800 defense, which doesn't really amount to much of anything that I'm trying to do here. So I'm going to shuffle this. So now he's in the graveyard, which is right where we want him. And we're going to play the Whitestone Ancients because we get 2 normal summons as long as we play a tuner. So, that being said, we have Nebula and Polly in hand. We are going to use Link Karibo, which is why I added him. Send the Whitestone Ancients to the graveyard. And now we have a Link Karibo. It wants to get him up here beside the Mausoleum of White. And this is basically all you can do. You're going to end turn, and you're going to, you need to special summon Solid. That's the one you want. Okay. So as soon as your opponent plays a card, you can actually, what you can do is you can negate its effects. And if it has anything to activate, you can negate the effect. And you're automatically just want to bounce this back in the deck and get Blue Eyes out. So there you go. Bounce it in the deck, shuffle it around. So that's what you're wanting to do. You're wanting to get him off the field as fast as you can. You're not really wanting him to stay. Okay. So now you're into this. You're actually protected from battle if you want. Depends. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, though. If it hits the Maiden, I'll leave it. Because the Maiden's effect will go off. More than likely, somebody's going to try to go around it, and they really don't want to mess with the Maiden. They're more than likely going to go for Link Karibo, so we'll go ahead and we'll destroy Link Karibo. Which we don't have to do anything. So more than likely, they're going to end turn there. You're going to draw. We're going to draw into another Nebula. Now, this right here is what I was afraid of. Double-handed Nebula. But you don't really have to worry about that because we're going to activate the White Stone, send it to the graveyard, and I'm going to add Blue Eyes to my hand. Now with this, the possibilities here could be endless. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you how to get into Dragoulion. Dragoulion is one of the best extra deck monsters Blue Eyes has, and I'm going to show you why, okay? So you're going to reveal Nebula, and you're going to reveal Blue Eyes White Dragon, and you're going to put them both in defense mode. Now, with that, you're going to go into Dragoublion. So you're going to go like this, Xyz, into Dragoublion. Okay. Now, detach one Nebula or Blue Eyes, doesn't matter at this point, whichever one you want. And you're going, Dragoublion's effect is going to activate. You are going to summon number 62, and you're going to put Numeron right on top of it. Okay. Now, you can get game with this. I'm not going to lie. You can. Very easily. But all you have to do is detach one material, put it in the graveyard, and he's got 9,000 attack. You got, but here's the deal. On this turn, he's the only one that can attack due to Dragoublion's effect. So for the rest of this turn, this is the only one that can attack. Unless if you get a clear shot, I wouldn't do this. Because, like I said, it's very, very hard. You could easily go into number 62, or you could easily go into Harbinger, which he's got a negate. So it's not a bad idea to do that. So, like I said, you could go into that. We're going to draw for the third turn, and you're actually going to activate Bingo Machine Go. Should we activate Bingo Machine Go? We are searching for one specific card, and I'm sure you know what it is. I'm just going to go ahead and set it, since we all know that you're going to get it, because it's a Bingo Machine Go. You reveal 3 cards of your deck, and then you play cards accordingly. But for Bingo Machine Go to work, if you don't know how it works, you basically reveal 3 cards from your deck that meet one of the list of criteria below, shuffle the rest into the deck. It's a Blue Eyes monster or spell trap that specifically lists Blue Eyes White Dragon. True Light is, so you can do that. So as long as you got a Blue Eyes monster or spell trap that says Blue Eyes White Dragon in its name somewhere, or Ultimate Dragon, you can very well get that. So we'll set that on your opponent's turn. You will then activate True Light when a card is played. And as you can see, I've got nothing to go off of. So you can activate it. And what you're going to do now is you are going to get... This is how you flood your deck, by the way. Spell or trap. Yeah, that one doesn't... I can't believe it does. So, go ahead. No, actually, no, I don't want that one. Where the hell is it? God damn it. It's here somewhere, hang on. It's probably in the back too, yeah. Ultimate Creature Destruction. Set that. The reason you do that is we don't want Blue Eyes going anywhere. I'm going to go ahead and cut this real quick. We don't want Blue Eyes to go anywhere, so just in case if something does happen, we do have this set to where he is protected. So I'll go ahead and draw for the next turn. We get Blue Eyes Ultimate, or Blue Eyes Alternative, sorry. Fucking butchered that shit. Okay, so we do have that. I haven't got any of my actual, besides the Maiden, I haven't got any of the other Sages. So that makes it hard, because I really don't want to get rid of her. But at this point in the game, we actually can, which is a smart thing to do. We can go into the Darkness Dragon of Dark Steel, which is why he's in here, in case you're wondering. This is what, we'll just go ahead and put him at the end right here. His ability, it's alright, but right now, actually set him up here so I can get his ability to go off, so I can show you how that works. So what he is going to do is, your True Light is going to activate, and you're going to special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon. His other ability is going to go off, and you're going to get Galaxy. So now you're into this. You say, well, how does this really help me? Well, you're in good company, because now you've got those two plus him. I don't think you'll get any graveyard effects out of this. No, you won't. But this does protect you, because next turn you flip that in attack mode, and you got You got well over enough. So, and he can do his effect once per turn. I don't think he can attack for the rest of this turn. You can now special summon link monsters. It's link monsters. It's not that big a deal, but again, this is how this works. Draw one card. You're in Destined Rivals. Set Destined Rivals, and by this time you should have the game. If you don't, you know, on your turn, you can play him. And then you can jump in Twin Burst. And then on the next 2 turns, draw 1, game. See what I'm talking about here? This thing is way too consistent. Yeah, put that in attack mode. And that's how, you know, this deck can run. This is exactly what it looked like. And you've actually got the security because True Light, you want to continuously activate it. Like, you do not want there to be a dull moment, because if you keep setting cards like this, even when this leaves, and you summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon, this is going to reset itself. But when it leaves, it'll be banished, which is a negative. But the reason we run Twin Burst is he can't be destroyed by battle. So, in fact, if you activate this on Twin Burst, for the turn, he becomes immune, which is very handy. I guess my hand's black. I've been working all night, so I ain't really noticed it. So, but yeah, like I said, this deck does go off. Hold on a second. I'll give you guys combo 2. All right, we are back, and as you can see, we have almost, we have every card we need right now. Now, this can get you game on the first turn. This is the biggest combo. I literally went over it the other day, so I'm just gonna go over it. As you know, first of all, I'm going to move these down here so I can play them. We're going to activate Piercing the Darkness first. Then we're going to activate the Mausoleum of White. Now, uninterrupted, this can be very, very deadly. Well, I got to summon one first. Again, we're going to do the Master, like I went over in the video prior. And you're going to send him to the graveyard due to the Mausoleum of White. He'll gain 800 attack and defense, which is great. We'll shuffle it a little bit, doesn't really matter. Then what we're going to do is we are going to Sage him. Now, Sage's effect is going to activate, and he's going to special summon Blue Eyes Solid. Okay. So then you can get 2 normal summons, so we're going to go ahead and normal summon the Maiden. Then we're going to activate the Master Eyes of Blue. Now, when this card is targeted for attack, you can negate the attack, and if you do, change the battle position, then you special summon. But, right here, when a card or effect is activated that targets this card, you can, let's see here. You can special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from hand, deck, or graveyard. So, it is specific on Blue Eyes White Dragon. So, with this one, you have to special summon Blue Eyes. This one, you special summon a Blue Eyes monster from the graveyard. So, we're going to get Blue Eyes out of that. And Piercing the Darkness is going to go off. You're going to draw 1 card. We're into Blue Eyes Shining. So the Maiden's effect goes off, and we now have Blue Eyes White Dragon, Solid, and Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now these 2 are your most lethal on the field right now. So what you need to do in order to keep it the most lethal, because it doesn't have any effects protecting it right now, you need to go into Twin Burst. So now we're in the Twin Burst. So you've got your graveyard built. The only thing is he gets shuffled back in the deck. I forgot that. That's the only other thing here. So we're just going to slide him in. Don't really care where. So right now your most lethal cards are on the field. Piercing the Darkness is going to save you. You could actually kill somebody with this. If they decide they're going to throw out some huge monster and swing in a Twin Burst, that would be the worst idea, because he can get any attack he wants. Now, if they can swing over 3,000, more than likely the monster they have behind it that's bigger is not going to live up to that. Because Piercing the Darkness is very good for that. So go ahead and draw for the next turn, because I doubt your opponent's going to be able to do anything. Let's say they play a card, so we're going to go ahead and activate Solid, which he is going to summon Blue Eyes. I'm not... Well, yeah, I'll go ahead and activate Piercing since it was on the opponent's turn. Gives us Polymerization as well. And again, we'll just shuffle him back in the deck somewhere. It doesn't really matter where, because we can keep pulling him out. Don't really have to at this point, because we got what we were looking for, which is how this deck works. You know, you get the cards that you're looking for. You don't have to dig. You know, Nebula can't go off, Blue Eyes Shiny can't go off, and Polymerization can't go off. You say, well, you're at a bit of a mistrial here. No, not really, because with this, either monster is lethal. That's the biggest thing with this and how this works. Say, well, you ain't gonna get anything else. Well, actually, you can. You can activate the Mausoleum of White and send another card to the graveyard, therefore powering up either monster. So, like I said, this is game early. If you want game real quick, that's how you do it. Like, that is quick. That's about as rough as you can get hit there. Said I'll shuffle this up and I'll give you another combo, since that's my quicker combo. I'll show you guys another one. Hang on. Alright, let's see what we got here. Digger Strap Pull, Alternative, Open Creature Destruction, Sage, and the Melody of Awakening Dragon. Now, looking at this, before I even play, I want you to go ahead and guess. Do I have a combo here? I'm going to tell you I do. Because this hand can do just about anything. But in case you don't believe me, I'm going to go ahead and show you. So, what I need to do first here is I will need to play Melody of Awakening Dragon. And I'm going to send Alternative. Set these. See that? Now you'll say, why in the hell did you do that? You just threw Alternative in the graveyard. Yes, I did. Why did I do that? Can you explain it to me? Why did I throw Alternative in the graveyard, then add another one? Well, I'll tell you why. Because that's where I want him. So now I've got Alternative on. Trying to figure out if I want to sage him or not. Yeah, in fact, I will sage him. I'll sage the other alternative. So now I got two alternative white dragons in the graveyard. And in fact, for this one, Blue Eyes Abyss. Effect is activated. Polymerization. Now, do you do anything else? If you can tell me. I'm going to assume no, you're going to go to end phase. On end phase, you can add one level 8 or higher dragon to your hand. We're going to add the other alternative. So you can see, in one turn, I have gotten all 3 alternative white dragons out of my deck. This is why I run 3. In case you do not know why I run 3 alternative white dragons, this is why. Because more than likely, this card is going to get destroyed. And I'm going to say it does. So then you draw for turn. And we're going to walk straight into this. Piercing the Darkness. Very handy card. And no, this ain't set up that way. I just got into it. So, you're going to show it. This is now Blue Eyes White Dragon. So, then you're going to activate Polymerization. Pretty easy, right? Right. Not that hard. So now you've got Piercing the Darkness on it. And also, these are set. And this is for the Twin Burst, and this is for the Hand Trap. Which, if you didn't see that one, that was the Ultimate Creature of Destruction. So now you're into this. You don't really have to worry about it. You just in turn. Unless there's some crazy, well, actually no crazy card effect that will get rid of it. So the only thing they're going to be able to do is probably kaiju it. But you're going to draw into this, which is great. So we're now going to set this. And we're going to end turn. Then upon end turn, we're going to activate it. Which, if your opponent's alive, I'm shocked. So then you go into Blue Eyes. Piercing the Darkness draws one card. And now you've got your White Stone of Ancients. He will pass turn to you. You will draw. Then I will activate True Light again. And now we're jumping in to Alternative. On this we do not draw a card because it is not a normal monster. But what I will do is going to normal summon the White Stone of Ancients. And with this, I'm going to lock down the game. I'm going to go into Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Send the White Stone and the Alternative to the graveyard. Now, I'm not worried about it. Okay, so the reason that I run Spirit in this deck is because he can get Azure Eyes out and he'll be unaffected by card effects, which is really good. Neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at the same time. Once per turn, when effect of a card in the graveyard is activated, quick effect, you can negate the effect. This is really good. And another quick effect that it has is you can tribute this card and special summon 1 light dragon synchro monster from the extra deck, which is Azure Eyes, which is very good. Because if, let's say you go into Azure Eyes, right? It says when this card is special summoned, dragon type monsters you currently control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects until the end of the turn, which is everyone on the field right now. So, like I said, it's very, very good. I do recommend. So we got that off. Yeah, because we went in the Spirit. Try not to get sidetracked here. And the reason that we have these effects is simple, because if True Light goes off, we have got to protect them. And also, we've got this. It's Ultimate Creature of Destruction, which is what we want. So you can end turn, and you can go back in to special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon. Just be your alternative. As you can see, it's a little bit different, but it's still effective. So you're in turn, you draw. So we've gotten into 2 maidens in a row. This is not a bad thing. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to play 1 maiden, ties of blue. And then you're going to activate True Light. And you get into another alternative. See how this is a problem? Now, you're not really going to worry about what is on the field. Again, this is very, very powerful. Because you can go any way you want with this. You can Xyz it. You can go 5-headed Link if you wanted to. You could go Darkness Metal. You could do Halki Fibrax. You could do the Heretic Seal, which you don't have to. You could take the Maiden out with Link Haribo. Again, you can go into Azure Eyes. And if you get a fusion, you can go into any of those, which is very, very powerful. So hang on a minute, I'll give you guys another combo that I can go through. So as you notice, I laid down 6 cards for this one. We'll do 2 more with 6, And then we will get right onto it. I forgot to put these back in the deck. Hold on just a minute. Never do that again in a million years. Open right up on the synchro. That's kind of changed. So let's say we'll go with 6 here. Okay. This is a great hand. Actually, this is a really, really great hand because you got True Light and Piercing the Darkness. That's good. You've got your Melody and you got Blue Eyes. That is good. Because if this goes the way you want it to, you can potentially have 3 Blue Eyes on the field at the same time. Actually, you can because you have the Sage. This is very good. So let me show you how this works. So I'm going to go ahead and take them like this, and I'm going to activate them accordingly. So what you need to do here is we're going to activate, let's see here, the Melody of Awakening Dragon first. And we're going to add basically the same monsters I always do. Which is a brilliant idea. That's what you want to do. Just go ahead and leave it the way it is because I don't know what I'm drawing into. So now I've got potentially 3 Blue Eyes in hand. So you're going to, shit. You're going to get Alternative out. And then you are going to Sage him. And send him to the graveyard. Now why did I do that? Because of reasoning. That's why. And for this, you need to go into Solid. Because you want his effect. Remember, he's really good because even if they use Effect Veiler in the motion, he's got a quick effect where he can shuffle himself back in the deck, which completely makes it null and void. So now you're into Solid. You can negate a monster's effect, and then when they activate an effect, you can bounce him. So there you go. So then from here on, you activate Piercing the Darkness, which does nothing this turn. You set True Light, and you end turn. On your end turn, or their opponent draw phase, or whenever they activate a card, you can activate this. You don't need that. You need the Blue Eyes from hand to draw 1 card. They activate an effect. You activate his effect. You shuffle him back in the deck. And you go ahead and you get yourself another copy. I think he's here. Yeah, there he is. Another copy of Blue Eyes White Dragon. There you go. He shuffles back in. Now you're set. This is where you want to be at. Because you can look at my hand right now. I'm right where I want to be. Once we summon the Blue Eyes monsters we need, then we need to, bring out the protection. So, as long as I ain't got anything real big and specific, you're good here. Go ahead and draw for next turn. You're going to go into Gravedigger's Trap Hole, but you're going to activate True Light, Special Summon Blue Eyes with Dragon, Piercing the Darkness will change, draw 1 card. You're gonna keep doing this the whole time. There's your protection. So now you're back in the spirit. Back in the spirit. If you don't want to swing, you don't have to. And then you're gonna end turn. Whitestone Ancients is gonna activate. And you're gonna bring out Spirit Dragon of White. You're gonna banish 1 spell or trap your opponent controls, and you are set. Now this is right where you want to be. Your opponent's draw phase, you're gonna activate True Light. You're gonna get him again, and it's gonna chain. So now you've got the Mausoleum of White. So now your tuners are gonna have room to, bounce off the walls here. So like I said, you're pretty well set. You got a freaking effect negations here. So from your hand traps, graveyard, and banishment effects. So you're sitting pretty good. I want to assume that they do in phase, because if they don't destroy this or this, you're pretty much screwed. I'm just gonna be honest. And with his effect, let's say they go for broke, and they're like, well, I'm gonna destroy you due to a card effect, jump in Azorize. That's what you want to do. So go ahead and end turn. You're gonna draw. Let's see, yeah. So now you're into alternative, which is beautiful. This is right where you want to be. You want to set Destined Rivals. You're then gonna activate True Light. Or did I already do that this turn? think I activated this turn, didn't I? I know I set Destined Rivals. I'm gonna assume I did because I have a loaded board. Yeah, I'm gonna assume that as well. So there's only one thing that you can do, which you're going to activate the Mausolino White, which doesn't really do anything right now. It's just for security reasons. So you're gonna go ahead and use polymerization, and you're going to fuse an alternative into Blue Eyes. Send them to the graveyard. And you're going to get into this lovely character. Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon. Your opponent cannot target or destroy this card with card effects. There you go. So you're pretty much well set. You can negate all effects on the field if you feel like it. Or, again, you got that Can Trap Defense. Again, very, very good when this deck goes second. I really don't have much of a problem with it when it does go second. It's very powerful the way it is. Let's drop one of my cards. That's great. If I can get it, I'm pushing my mic forward. Okay, just jumped off the table. That's great. All right. So, like I said, we've got a little bit here, but not very much. Like I said, this deck is powerful. Trust me. This is the deck you want to try to learn how to play, get into. I'm glad I added the tuners, if I have to be honest, because they are quite powerful. Yes, I play with all of these cards. I play in freaking Konami official events with these cards. Actually, I'm thinking about playing this deck in regionals and YCS because of how, like, well proportionally that it does. Its winning percentage is over 90%. If you want me to be frankly honest with you, it is over 90%. In today's meta, this deck is over 90%. Can you believe that? A Blue Eyes White Dragon deck is over 90% win rate in today's meta. Like, I am not kidding you. I constructed this deck, thought of the cards to put into it, why they should be in here. Now this is probably one of the worst hands you can get. I'm not gonna lie. This right here is probably the worst hand, but as you see, it's still not that bad. Because what you're going to do is, I'm going to slide these up here so I can play with them. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to set, actually, no, keep these down. Keep these down so I can actually do stuff. So set these two. Normal, the stage with eyes of blue. It's going to add one level 1 light tuner from deck to hand. And we're going to add, let's see here. Trying to think which one I need. You can add any but himself, so I could either do the Master or the Maiden. Or I could do the Whitestone of Ancients, which I don't really see how that's going to help me out too well, but maybe. Yeah, go ahead and add the Whitestone. I mean, it's basically no harm, no foul at this point. So then I've got to send him to the graveyard. So we're going to go ahead and Link Karibo him. So now, that's why Link Karibo's in here. Link Karibo. So, in turn there, because you have nothing. Nothing at all. And draw for next turn. Okay, now you got Blue Eyes. But what we're going to do here is we're going to normal the Whitestone of Ancients. And I'm going to assume Link Karibo got destroyed. So we're going to go ahead and activate Link Karibo again. So say hit center, middle piece. Going to assume that you take damage on this one. So I'm going to assume Link Karibo stops 1, but you get hit by 2 more. I'm going to assume. So draw for next turn. Here we go. Now it's starting to come together, as you can see. So what we're going to do now, did I have, I don't think I did, no. I didn't have True Light, thought I did. Don't know why I thought I did. But we're going to go ahead and activate Piercing the Darkness. And what we're going to do is I'm going to activate this for alternative. Okay, so if I can grab my own card here without tearing the damn thing. rather not do that. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to activate Nebula's effect. So again, we'll get this in, and then guess what? Piercing the darkness, we'll get blue eyes. There we go. Now with this is pretty damn good. Actually, I forgot the freaking Whitestone Ancients in the graveyard. So we're going to go ahead and Abyss on. Sorry about that, I completely forgot. So I guess technically you wouldn't take damage. So we're going to add that. I'm not going to add the level 8 because obviously I would be cheating at this point. So like I said, we got 2 polymerizations, which is good because we got both of them out of the deck, which is what you're looking for here. Like I said, I'm not going to add the level 8 because I just think that's cheating in general. So you're going to go ahead and activate that. And you're going to go into Spirit Eyes, like I always do. Let's see. Yeah, I think you can do it off of those 2, right? 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner Blue Eyes monster. So let's go alternative. Do it that way. It doesn't really matter as long as I get it to go off. So now I'm in Spirit. And we're going to go into Goobleon because I'm a dick. And I'm going to detach the blue eyes instead of the nebula this time, just so I can get that in the graveyard. And this Xyz monster is going to be very powerful now, because it had a normal monster. Just going to go ahead and throw that out there. But, as you could probably guess, I am not going to go into Numeron. I'm actually going to put Numeron as the fodder and go into Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon. There's a good reason why I've done that. So now he does not have the Pierce in the Darkness, unfortunately, but he is still very powerful, and we can control the special summoning game. Because we only summoned 1. Actually, I don't think we can do that. No, we can't. We actually can't do that. I'm gonna explain why here in a second. Because you can't summon 2 monsters at the same time. No, actually, technically, I'm not summoning 2 at the same time. So yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Never mind. Or let's see, is that the one I wanted? Yeah, I think that's how I was doing it. But yeah, I can't do that because you're not summoning 2. You can take 2 dragon numbers with different names. You can summon 1 of them. So yeah, that's legal. Okay, just making sure. Yeah, that's a legal thing you can do because you can't summon 2 at the same time, which is what a lot of decks do in today's meta. So yeah, I can get away with that. I just making sure. I'll just make sure all my combos were legit and correct. It's draw turn. Getting the white stone. You can do this and Link Karibo it off because it does have the effect where it can keep coming out of the graveyard. So now you're into Link Karibo. And then turn on that. And then you can special one of your Blue Eyes monsters from the deck. I'm going to choose Blue Eyes White Dragon because Piercing the Darkness, that's why. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this and then just draw 1 random card while staying in white. There we go. So, as you can see, this is a loaded board when we had nothing. So I think I've done like 3 or 4 turns. Again, very good. I'm going to do 1 more just to show you what going second gives you. Don't know if I've done 2 or 3 of them at this point, but we're just going to go ahead and keep going just so you guys can get the gist of how powerful this deck really is. Actually, I'm not going to pause it. Literally just paused it and unpaused it. Because, well, I don't really care. I'm kind of having fun doing this. I'm glad that somebody commented and was like, can you do a more in-depth one? Like, of how your deck works? Sure, I don't care. Because this is literally my Blue Eyes combo deck. This is literally what it is right now. If I quit hitting my mic, that'd be nice. Yeah, this is literally my deck as it is right now. Like, there is nothing different. I didn't change anything. Like, this is literally what I set and was like, you know what? I'm going to take this down and I'm going to play with it and see how it does. This deck has went 7-1, but I've only played 2 tournaments with this deck, as it is right now. So, like I said, I'm a big Blue Eyes guy. I've always been, you know, Blue Eyes friendly. You know, that's why I run the Shining. Now, as you've seen, I haven't went in the Shining, but yet I'm still getting, you know, good plays out of this deck. That's because you can. Like, you don't have to be, you know, specific here. You don't have to, you know, go for broke every time. Because with Blue Eyes, you don't have to go for broke. You just be patient, you wait, and everything falls into place. Literally, I'm telling you. Everything is just there right in the open for you. You don't really have to, you know, look too hard. Imagine that. That was almost perfect. Holy shit. If only you had been in the deck. Wow. I can pull that off. Hang on. Oh my god, I can pull that off. How do I want to do that though? Holy shit. I could pull it off. It's a tuner. Normal. Okay. I'm gonna add the master. Pretty sure I can pull it off. Hold on, I may have just found out another combo. That way I can get Shining on. I think. Let's see here. Target 1 light tuner in the graveyard. Add it to your hand. You can shuffle this card from your graveyard into the deck. Then target 1 effect monster you control. Send it to the graveyard. Special 1/1 Blue Eyes monster from the graveyard, other than the card sent there. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I should be able to activate that. Should be able to get that going pretty damn fast. So go ahead and add that. We don't have the Marcelino White, so we can't double summon per turn. But what I can do is I can bring out alternative. And then, let's see, it's a tuner and a non-tuner. Let's see. 1 tuner, 1 non-Blue Eyes tuner. A non-Blue Eyes tuner monster. Yeah, okay, yeah, that'll work. I don't know why I'm reading so freaking hard into that. So there we go. Now we're into Spirit and we're controlling the game. We could get into the other one if we wanted to. So like right now we're trying to set up Shining, but I need to get it to the graveyard. Abyss to the graveyard in order to get that off. So we're going to go ahead and draw for turn. And we got into that, which it's okay. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it will work. So set that. This is gonna be difficult. Now I'm gonna get this. Just give me a minute here. Yeah, this is gonna be difficult. I'm telling you this right now. So normal the master. Master's effect will activate. 1 light tuner. Yep. Add it back to hand. Then I'm going to. How the hell am I gonna do this? Sage him. This is gonna be difficult. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm trying to figure out how exactly I can do this, because I can get into solid. Blue Eyes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get in solid. So let's get into solid. God damn, it's gonna be harder than I thought it was gonna be. Because somehow I've got to get him to the graveyard. So one of the hardest things to do here is getting him to the graveyard, to be honest. Because in order to get Poly, you have to special summon him somehow. Because you can't send it to the graveyard and then, you know, go off of it like that. It's not gonna work. Shit. Trying to think how to do this. You can special summon alternative that way. But again, that's very difficult to do. I think you just stay mobile. And then on your opponent's turn you negate and bounce. I think that's how I would play that in an actual duel. Pretty sure that's how I would do it. Duels, I typically don't go above and beyond to get Shining on, but he is a good card. Let's say my turn. Go ahead and draw. True Light. Okay, now this makes it a little bit easier. Gonna set it, and what is this card? I'll put that up there with it. In turn, activate True Light. Now I got 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons. I'll draw for my turn. And let's see here. Can activate a third. Trying not to here. Because somehow take one of them off. Because one's going to come back due to that. Play Abyss. What link 2s do I have? Actually, I can't link 2. No, I can't link until I get rid of him. So what I can do is I can go ahead and activate his effect to bounce him. Go into Azorize, which I'm going to put him in attack mode because it doesn't matter. It says when this card is special summon, dragon type monsters you currently control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Get off here. So what we can do now, because I need him to the graveyard, is I can link 2, which is what I need to do. Go into the Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres, which is why this card is in there. Now, since this card was special summoned this turn, it's definitely going to go off here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to activate the Master's Effect. Target. Let's see here. How do I want to do this? Target one effect monster you control. So I want to target the Heretic Seal. Send it to the graveyard. And special summon Blue Eyes monster. So now I special summoned Abyss. Off of that. And Abyss is going to get me polymerization. Which I've been waiting for that for so damn long, trying to figure out how I can get this combo to go off. Also, in this, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a Blue Eyes alternative to hand on in phase. So now I basically set this up. Master does go back in the deck. So we got a pretty good hand here still, and we've went through quite a bit of combos to pull this off. But this is what I would normally do if I was to get back in, if I was going to get into Shining in the first place. These would be the links that I would try to go to. Like I said, it's pretty hard. This turn, see, I think it's this turn, isn't it? Let's see. Until the end of the next turn. So yeah, they're protected from card effects the whole way. So then you would basically just get Blue Eyes back on that. There you go. Gonna end turn. Don't want to draw for turn. And look what I got back into. So from here, it's how bad do you want it, really? Because you're gonna polymerization all 3 of the Blue Eyes. I'm serious, this is literally how bad do you want it. And you are now gonna get into your ultimate dragon. People say this is hard to do. Not really, no. Then what you're going to do is you're going to tribute this. I'm now in the Blue Eyes Shining. And I am 3 or 4 turns in a duel. And by the way, we are still protected by card effects. So then you're like, oh man, I really don't know what we're gonna do here. Like, I mean, I think it's pretty freaking crazy that you could do that. Yeah, actually it is, because now you've got something to contest with. Oh, get on my table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 times 3 is 21. Blue Eyes Shining is at 5,100 in this turn. And I've got that set. This is turn 4. You could ease these off. I'm not going to for the sake of this, because pretty sure I've got it. Actually, I don't have piercing on, so yeah, I'll go ahead. We'll just go real quick into Hope Harbinger. There you go. So now I've got Blue Eyes Shining and Hope Harbinger on, because I'm sure everybody has wanted to see Shining. And then you can end turn, and you draw for turn. Again, on this, you're gonna double activate freaking True Light. So you're into this. Not really much you have to do. So now I'm gonna summon the Master with Eyes of Blue, and he's gonna add back the lovely Sage. And this is where the combos really start happening. Okay, so first of all, get down, sweetheart. You're gonna activate the Sage on the Master of Eyes of Blue. So the Sage's effect is going to activate, and you're going to get Blue Eyes Solid. You're then going to activate the Master on Solid. So you're going to negate and bounce, and you're going to get into Spirit. Seeing how this works now? And you can go back into the deck. It doesn't really matter. I don't think so, because I think this thing's about over. You're going to set Gravedigger's Trap Pull. So you've got these traps to contend with. There's not really any more room for me to do anything, I don't think. No. This will decrease Shining's level, but still, Shining Dragon is very good. This is what I was talking about when I say I go into places and I just completely just destroy people. Because not a lot of people try to bounce traps nowadays. They might harp your feather dust it, but if you got stuff set in order to protect certain things, or you have Azure Eyes like you've seen I use for 2 complete turns, I am completely immune to card effects. Pretty powerful. And the new Sages, I negated and banished a spell and trap in the same move. Go ahead and activate your lovely hand traps, because that's gonna hurt. That's 2,000 to the face. Ultimate Creature Destruction, I ain't letting you destroy anything. And this makes it completely unaffected by card effects, so even that will happen. So you can't add something if it's unaffected. And True Light is what I'm trying to protect here. Currently don't have anything that protects True Light itself, but in the next meta I know there is something that will bring it back, which is very handy, and it is unaffected by trap effects, so very handy. I hope you guys enjoyed this in-depth Blue Eyes combos. I really tried to make sure that everybody gets, what they're asking for. Like for instance, people's like, well, I want to see this or I want to see that. I'll do it. I'll do like any deck that I can purchase, find. I do EDO videos. I do everything in my power in order to make sure that you guys get the best content out to you guys. Because this deck is pretty insane as it is. Like I told you, this deck is over 90% win. I think it's like 90.08. It gets stopped every once in a while. Every once in a while you'll go in somewhere and you'll go 0-2, and that's about it. But there's not a lot of decks that are gonna stand up to this. Like, if you take this to your local card shop, you learn how to play it, and you learn how to pop off the effects correctly and when you need to do them, and you don't just activate these effects whenever you can. The reason I go in the Hope Harbinger here is he can negate spell effects when they're activated. So let's say they decide, oh, I'm gonna Harpy Feather Dust your True Light. Well, he's technically your protection here, because he's very good for that. Spirit of Light will banish whatever's on the field, so very good there. Shining, if there's an effect that negates him, he can completely negate it, depending on which card you have, as far as I know. I think this is the more updated one. Blue Eyes, he really doesn't do anything. With this, he can't be targeted by card effects, so that's great. So neither of these can be targeted. And he destroys one card, so that's his ability. He can destroy one monster your opponent controls. Can't attack, but yeah. It's good effect. I could have bounced him off too. But I decided to leave him just for the sake of the video. And let's say you get into this and your opponent has locked you out. All card effects are ridiculous. Don't be afraid. Jump into the 5-headed link, because you've got the graveyard. With all these in the graveyard, it will help you, because you can keep this thing on for 2 turns. And this thing can win you the game. Believe it or not, it can win you the game. Like, very, very insane. Now, you can't get his crazy destruction effect to go off, but you can get just about anything else, which again is big because he's unaffected by other card effects, which is basically all card effects. The only thing you can do to him is Kaiju him, but I don't really see a point in doing that. And if you Nibiru him, that's pretty damn dumb. But yeah, this is the Blue Eyes deck profile / Blue Eyes combos. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you guys have any other thoughts, like what other cards could you use for Blue Eyes that are combos that you could use? I don't run Deep Eyes. I do have Deep Eyes. I find him to be a very, very rough card to have in a deck, especially a combo deck of Blue Eyes, because he really doesn't pop off. He's really it depends on what your opponent does. And if you get Deep Eyes, let's say you get Deep Eyes, Alternative, Spirit of Light, Shining, and Spirit in your hand all at the same time, or not Spirit, but Solid in your hand all at the same time, he'll lock you up. That's why I took out one of the Spirits of White, because I was getting locked in. Because I would have like Shining, Alternative, Spirit of White, Solid, and then Ultimate Creature Destruction. That's great and all, but I can't play anything. So that's what I'm trying to reevaluate and trying to avoid. It's almost impossible to avoid it with a Blue Eyes deck, but there are ways to do it, and so far I hardly even brick. Like, you guys have seen the hands that I pulled today. Like, I hardly brick, and when I do brick, it's like a turn. It's like one turn, I draw, there's the card I'm looking for. So again, hope you guys enjoy. This is all the time I have for today. I'm Pierce Nation, and I'll see you in the next video. Pierce Nation out.